Okay. Okay, today is Tuesday, September 22nd, and um, I wanted to, I have some notes here that I want to go over just really quick. They're kind of, they're where I think, and they're kind of all over the place sometimes, but um, there were certain things I wanted to touch on tonight. One of the big things is I feel like my day is, I'm constantly answering questions and like not really focusing again on my business like I need to be. And so I really want to have people utilize the team group as much as they can with questions, and certainly still message me, still ask me all kinds of questions. I don't care, but I'm not going to be able to answer them as fast as I have been. If it's something you need like right away, then sure, send me a message and I'll look at it. But my little guy is kind of um, realizing that when he is home during the day, I'm not giving him as much of attention as I usually do, and it's not fair to him. So I need to set more business hours for myself. And after watching some of the summit videos, that's one really big thing they push, is that you need to be setting business hours. Something so you can just stay on track and not be like getting distracted by other things. Um, and so I'm trying to think. Tuesdays and Thursdays are my days without Liam. From 8 until 11 on some Tuesdays, I'll say in the group which days I'm not available, but I'm going to volunteer for Liam's class for moms to come in. So I want to still be available for you guys, but then from probably about 4 o'clock in the afternoon until after my family goes to bed, I'm not going to be answering messages really quick because I really want to spend time with the boys and my husband and make sure I'm getting homework done with the boys and not rushing just to get them to bed. So, okay, so that was like my big thing. Um, Another big thing that I got from the videos is really pushing coaches to kind of step outside of your comfort zone and really focus on posting 2 to 3 times a day. I still try to look at everybody's pages and just kind of see what you're doing as a coach. And when I get messages from people that are like, oh, I'm doing everything, I'm doing all the 3 vital behaviors, I'm doing it all, and I just don't see this business moving for me. And then when I look at your page, I don't see that. I don't see, unless there's like messages I'm not seeing, or maybe it's your approach to the messaging people. I mean, it's all in how you approach people. And I know people want to start sending voice messages and everything too, but make sure that when you send them, and I know I said last week on the call, when you send those messages, make sure you're giving something personal first. Don't go right into a sale or adding them to your challenge groups. I say, like I gave an example to my cousin Heather today when she was starting to do some of hers. I said, maybe go to, so and so's page, and maybe you notice that she had a baby. You can start out with, oh my goodness, I haven't seen you in forever, and you have a baby now, and I have 2 girls, so I understand, the motherhood stuff. Do you ever have any questions, or just anything? Just try to relate to them. Try to find ways that you can relate. Maybe it's you went to college with them, and they aren't even going to, or they aren't working in the field that they went to college for. You can kind of like just try to talk to them and try to start a conversation with them that's real. And I know one of the coaches I had she's a number 14 coach, elite coach today, and she kept saying that, there are so many ways to start a conversation. And she said, and if it trickles off, like if it's really never ever going to get to, hey, what are you doing? When they ask you what you're doing with your life, or they've noticed that you are a coach, or that you're into health and fitness. And if it never leads to that, then you can kind of let that conversation trail off. And then next week, revisit and just say, hey, I got this challenge group coming up, and your name, popped up, or whatever, since you've already spoke to them. But don't keep like reaching in a conversation. If it's getting old, you might as well just let it go. But out of the conversations I've had recently, maybe 2 out of the 10 that I've sent like in a couple days ends up going into, wow, they remember me from high school who hated all fitness. And if we had to go to Phi Ed, I was like, can I just be the assistant? I don't want to do anything physical. And so for them to see that side of me, that conversation gets into my health and fitness. And, and one person joined my challenge group. So it just kind of, I think it's just all in the timing and how you're approaching that person. The other thing, something else that stood out. People don't always hear what you say, but they see what you do. So you could be, posting something, and think, oh, this is really good content. And, oh, I can't believe I didn't get very many likes on it. And I mean, it was good. I would have liked it. The biggest thing is it could be the timing of the day. It could be how you said it, and maybe it's not showing that you're doing something with health and fitness, or showing that you're using the products, the programs, rather than just saying, here's my link, and then posting a sale or something like that. You want to be showing that you're doing the workouts. You don't have to always post a video of you doing a workout. They're great, and it shows that you're actually doing the work and not just saying you are. Like I say, I go on Pinterest and I have all kinds of ideas for decorations, but they're just pins. I've never done any of them. So it'd be the same thing. You can't just post things and then say that you're working out and you're not. The other big thing that was kind of a big humbling thing to me, and like just something to kind of remember, is that I'm literally nothing without this team. Like if you guys would all just decide, yeah, this isn't for me, I have nothing. My business is built on this team. And I mean, I would have customers, but I would have no like family unit that we have with this. So I'm trying to find other ways that I can, give you guys recognition for everything that you guys do for me as well. And I want to make sure that you guys realize that I do value your time, just like I hope you value my time. And I want to start doing one-on-one calls with you guys if you are open to them. They're no more than a half hour, maybe 20 minutes at most, if that's all you have available. But it has to be all business focused. I can't, if you want to get on, like, chit chat with me on Facebook or something and just everyday life stuff, we could do that totally. It's just, I have to really focus on getting you to reach your goals that you have or questions that you have aimed at business, and maybe helping you move your business forward. Another big thing was making sure right now, everything I'm doing with all of my new coaches and even my past coaches is making sure I have a process that you guys can duplicate. Make sure, I know a lot of us are trying new things and everything, but just make sure it's not so complicated that if you have a new coach sign up, that you can't tell them your process. If you cannot explain it and keep it very simple, it's far too complicated. A new coach will not understand how to do things. So if you can keep it very simple, just the same exact process for everything. With me, I have them, when they signed up, they get a letter. I get them doing their Coach Basics and the Getting Started modules in the Coach Online office. And then I get you enrolled in the Coach Basics group to help you get started on the business. And I announce you, it's all, I have everything down. Like as soon as a coach signs up, I have a process. I'm going to start doing a coach sneak peek. It'll be a 5-day process, and I've been watching Heather Emerson do hers, and she's really, really good at them. So I'm kind of gonna piggyback off of her and try to do something similar. And I'm not the best at doing videos, but I figure, you know what, I don't have time in my day too. I don't get, like, I can't go curl my hair and put my makeup on all that stuff, because I hate putting all that stuff on anyways. And you're gonna see me like this all the time anyways afterwards. So I think I want to be as real as I can and show my personality in the coach sneak peek. But I also have been thinking about seeing if some of you would make a video as well. And We can think of topics that you could do a video on. They can be 5 minutes or less, doesn't have to be a big deal, just kind of expressing, what you are as a coach and how you feel about coaching. And you could be very new. You can be somebody that signed up with me a couple years ago. So those are going to be starting. Hopefully, it's going to be in my next challenge group that starts on Monday. In the process, I will be posting with the coaches in there that there will be a sneak peek the following week, and then I'll set up an event. You can also invite your people to the private group if you would like. They will just be signing up with you, obviously not signing up with me. Let me see. Okay, and then we have 9 days until till the end of the month, and so we have 9 days to hit Success Club 5. In my business, when I decided that Success Club 5, it just was not something, it was not negotiable. It had to be something I had to do every month. That was my goal. That was helping at least three people join a challenge group or get started on Shakeology. So I know it sounds bossy per se, kind of, but I'm not trying to be bossy. I'm just saying, if you want to take your business seriously, that should be your goal, and you should always strive for it. I can help you get there, but you need to do the legwork it takes to get there. The other big thing the coach said today was that any successful coach has failed. They failed a lot, and they've sent multiple messages to people. They've added people and had them delete them, and they've had rude comments made to them and all these things, but they've never let any of those roadblocks stop them from being successful. And they just kept forging ahead and going forward with everything. And you have to stay consistent. And she said, the big thing coaches will start to feel like, these like challenge groups are like the same thing over and over. And it's, it's getting kind of boring. I got to freshen it up. But if it isn't broken, you don't need to fix it. If it's working and people are enjoying it and you're getting really great results from these people, don't change it. There's no reason to change what you're doing in your challenge group, and how you're inviting people, or even how you're even like posting in there every day and making sure that your team is staying supportive for everyone. If you are joining a challenge group, you need to be participating. And she said, something else today was, she said, don't ever stop being a challenger. And that was something I was like, oh, it's true, because you should be working out. You should be still trying to get results, or, just trying to stay healthy, and put yourself in the group with them. Post your food, post your workout. And I know a lot of people are just self-conscious about posting a sweaty selfie or whatever. And honestly, I don't know, I think it's kind of fun to, I like sweating now. And so I said, it feels good when I'm sweating. And if I'm not, and I'm not sore the next day, I'm kind of mad, because I'm like, okay, I could have done better. So it's trying to get people to break out of their shells. And even you as a coach, people need to know that you are, without constantly posting links and just, forwarding or sharing Beachbody content. If you can make it your own, people are going to love that, and they're going to love your originality. Let's see. And then, something else today I was thinking about was, I haven't always had leadership skills. I still think I still struggle really bad as a leader for some reason. I know people tell me I do good, but I'm not good at compliments like that. When we met with Jeff last week, it was really, really hard for me to listen to him talk me up, and it was really uncomfortable. I started sweating. I don't like it, and it just. But then if he starts praising everybody else, I was so excited. I'm like, yeah, they're a really good coach. They really are. But I don't like when they say that people say things about me, because I'm not used to that. And Molly stopped today and got those water bottles from me, and I told her, I said, I don't even know who I am. I don't even know. Some people just know who they are as a coach. I have no clue. I'm like a hot mess at all times. It might come off as a surprise to you, but I do much better like this. I do much better behind a computer screen and talking to people. It's not that I don't like people. I get very uncomfortable around people. I get anxiety before I have to go do stuff with people because I'm constantly worrying about just the dumbest things. And I don't know why I do it. And people think I'm nuts when I say that, like, oh my God, I've known you all your life. You're not an introvert. I'm not, but I am. Like, it's really hard to explain my personality. Until I'm around you, it takes me a little bit to kind of warm up. And sometimes I hide behind like just being funny or being a smart aleck about things. And it's kind of like a weird defense mechanism. I hide behind it. But this works for me. So this kind of business is perfect for me. I don't have to always be in contact with people. And like I said, I don't miss the office politics at all. I do not miss working in an office with anybody because I like to be by myself. I love spending time with people. It's just in little spurts. I don't like spending an 8 to 9 hour day with people. And so this works really, really good for me. And it is not for everyone to feel that way. Some people are like, I have to be outside of the house. I cannot stand being inside the house all the time. It's not that I want to be inside my house all the time. I just like to be alone a lot. I'm not really sure how to explain it other than, social media is how I'm going to build my business. And however you choose to build your business, do it and do it with pride and don't give up on it just because you may not have 50 likes on something or even 1 like on something. Always think people are just watching you. People are sitting back and looking at your stuff. I have people message me and say about something I posted over a month ago, and I didn't even know they looked at my stuff. I had no idea because they've never liked 1 single thing on my wall ever. And so it's just weird to hear that there are people actually still watching me, and sometimes I think there's crickets a lot. But speaking of last Thursday, we had a meeting with Jeff from corporate, and there were quite a few people that were there, and I want to kind of put you on the spot, and obviously everybody loves that feeling. I enjoyed it, watching people get nervous and he asked questions. So Matt and Trisha were there, and they brought their kids, and that was something he even said too. He said, you know what, that's how I roll. I roll just like that. That you're a family, and you should not come to something just because you have children. And I love that because that's how I felt. And so then but even though after I said, yeah, bring your kids, I don't care, then I was like, oh crap, what's corporate gonna think? Are they gonna be comfortable with it? And he is the most laid back guy. He was so much fun. And I just would like Matt and Trisha to kind of, I know they've never been to like an event or a meeting like that. And I would love to hear you guys' experience and just what you took away from meeting with Jeff. Oh, where'd you go? Now you took your video off. Seriously? Don't be afraid, guys. I unmuted you. Yep. It keeps muting you back out.
Can you hear?
Well, it muted you again. Hold on. Are you there? Okay.
There. We figured it out now.
I've never used this app or whatever she's using. Sorry.
Oh, your video is gone though, unless you guys are trying to be like private screen. There you are.
Yay!
Yay!
Sorry about that.
No, it's okay. Go for it.
Yeah, he was very laid back. One thing I think he pointed out that was interesting was was prioritizing your time, using your time wisely, maybe looking through things you're doing right now that you don't think they take up little chunks of time, and that adds up basically. So go through what you're doing right now and maybe cut a few things out that oh gee, I don't need this. This isn't going to benefit me. This isn't going to push me. This isn't going to, in the end, turn me into a better person or help anybody. It's just, it's more of a waste of time or something.
Mm-hmm.
I know he pointed that out a little bit, and I thought that was a good point, especially for this type of thing, because that's something me and Trisha both struggle with is prioritizing time and getting it, getting the time to work with Beachbody while at the same time kids and everything else and jobs and stuff. So
Yeah, it is tough, but I also liked totally forgot what I was going to say now. Sorry. But yeah, he gave us a lot of really good points. Like he said, make a list of everybody you talk to. And then right next to them, when you talk to them, if they are going to bring your business up, or if they're just, if you're helping them or if they're helping you, basically.
Like a service or a business. Yeah.
Yes. So that was interesting because I never ever thought of that before.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, I really liked how he said that, because I tend to, I don't know, help others and not focus on myself. I hate being selfish. So that kind of hit me a little harder, I guess, because of how I am. But
I know one other thing he pointed out too that kind of struck me, I didn't heard before, was he was talking about the 35 to 5 to 1 rule. If you've already talked about this, Jen, then stop me. But
No, go ahead.
I don't know if anybody else has heard that or not. They probably have, but I hadn't heard it until he mentioned it, where for every 35 people you talk to about Beachbody, 5 will listen about it and be kind of interested, but only one of them will actually commit and do it. And if you think about those odds, those aren't very good odds, but I mean, it piles up. But at the same time, it's a little bit encouraging almost, because that means that, okay, if you talk to someone and they just kind of brush you off, that's okay. You still have 34 more people that you can talk to.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I personally was like, well, that's okay. I've talked to 20 people this week and everyone's brushed me off. Maybe there's somebody in the other 15 that'll actually listen. So that's not such a bad thing then.
And that actually happened to me this week. I've been going through my friends list, and I've been messaging like everyone in my friends list that I either have talked to recently or I haven't talked to in years. And I've been just messaging them saying, hey, how are you guys doing? Haven't talked to you in ages. What's new? What's up? And this one girl that we went to CNA class with, and Matthew also worked with, I hadn't talked to her in like 4 or 5 years, and here she's a huge Beachbody buff, and she's not working really well with her coach now, and so she was talking to me about becoming a coach. And so Jen kicked me in the butt a little and was like, get after her. So I told her, hey, why don't you leave your coach, come be with me on my team, and we can help you out. And she said she'd think about it, and she hasn't gotten back to me yet, but still, like, I had already messaged probably 30, 40 people, and out of that 30, 40 people, one messaged me back about Beachbody and was actually willing to talk to me about it. So that's kind of going along with what he said. It's just cool how that happened. I potentially have a coach now, hopefully, still crossing fingers. So that's really cool how that all worked out. But
and his big thing was too, just saying, like when he had us all go around in a circle, like when we started the meeting, Jeff introduced himself. He said a few things about how he knew me, and then he talked about he wanted everybody to go around, like he put everybody on the spot. He wanted to know your name, how long you've been a coach, a little bit about your why maybe, and then what your goal was to hit in the next 3.5 months. And anytime somebody just made like a small little goal, he was like, yeah, no. he was just like, no, you should obviously make it realistic, but don't like sell yourself short and just assume that you can't go further than what is in your mind. Like we all we set these goals for ourselves and we think, oh, I could probably, I'm going to go for Emerald, just to play it safe. And why not say, I could try to be Diamond? Who knows? Who knows? You don't know if in the next month, all of a sudden, all these people start joining you. and you you just keep striving, you just keep sending these messages, and like you said, you're going to have one out of those 35 people, and it really is the truth. And you might send the same person 2 months from now another message, and they might join you then. It's all in the timing. And I've said that a few times with a few of the coaches that have joined my team recently. A number one is Holly. I had messaged her. I mean, she even said up there at our meeting that I think it was probably shortly after I first started being a coach 4 years ago that Holly ever talked to me about it, and it was not her time at all. And then all of a sudden this summer, she reached out to me. I didn't even invite her to my event, and she just asked me about it. I'm like, sure. I was really surprised that she asked me, but it just is all in the timing. You never know when that one message you post all of a sudden could be, oh my God, that was the ticket. It was something I said, or maybe it was something in her life that, triggered her. And Holly's got camera again now. Now I'm going to call on her. Okay, Holly, what did you have for your takeaway? I unmuted you already.
Okay, I was like, I got to figure this whole thing out. I'm not using video thing because it doesn't work on my computer. My takeaway, it was kind of nice to be put on the spot, I guess. I'm one of those people that I had, well, maybe not goals set as high as what I probably should have been. Just because I'm really worried about how things are going to go at work the last 3 months, being busy at work and things. And knowing that diamond is possible. It was kind of a good feeling to have somebody like him say that, even though you've only been in the business 2 months, it is still possible in the next 2 months. So kind of a feel good thing that way, I guess.
And the mom guilt thing was, I love that he enjoyed that, because he was like, ooh, I'm going to use that. I have a lot of women I deal with and talk to, and I don't get the mom guilt thing, because I said men don't typically get that feeling because, they're a provider, they're the tough guys, and they don't usually feel that if we don't give ourselves to everybody in our family, oh, we're a bad mom or a bad wife, or, all those things. And he didn't understand that. And so when he was kind of giving you a little bit of guff about, we all have 24 hours in the day. It's how you prioritize your time. And I'm like, ooh, he's wrong. You don't understand mom guilt. You don't get that until you're a mom and you understand what that feels like. So I like that he was like, ooh, that's good. You wrote it down. So he's taking that with him too, He took a little bit away from our information.
Very true.
Yeah, and I know I like that he talked about just kind of that, the service stuff too, is that I give you guys information, and part of being a leader is you kind of want to see the fruits of your labor. Like, you want to see that everything you're paying forward to your coaches is working. They're following through. They're doing the things that you're teaching them. And it's really like, it's hard not to feel down in a way. Not that you're mad at anybody. It's just you feel down because you feel almost like, maybe I'm not as good at this. Maybe I'm not a very good leader if they don't want to follow me. Let me see. I just got a question. Yes. Okay. So Jamie wants to know what the purpose of the meeting was. Yes, it is because Wisconsin is growing and they're trying to get a council started here. I'm not sure if I'll be on it or not. I know Jeff has asked, my thoughts on things, but I'm not really sure what's going to happen from here. Hold on, I gotta remember. So from this, okay, so we met with him and he gave us some steps to do in the next couple weeks, like especially this new messaging thing, reaching out to new people, not being afraid of offering the opportunity to people. And he wants to just touch base in the next 2 weeks. He'll set up a time with me this next week. I'm not sure if it'll be this week yet or not, because we just did some team calls with the elite coaches. So in the next couple of weeks, he wants to do another call. And he said, anybody, any one of you guys can get on there. Just from, because I told him we did that 90-day push and setting up those goals. So, you know, he wants us to start implementing that, start pushing forward as much as you can to accomplish, you know, because the end of the month is next week. And just push yourself to try to get as close to Success Club 5 as you can. And he just wants to touch base with us and see where you kind of, if you stepped outside your comfort zone and did what, you know, you said you were going to do that day. And like I said, he said anybody on our team can be on it. He, of course, with us being spread all over the US and Canada, it's not possible for everybody to be here physically. And, you know, I talked to him afterwards and I said, I felt kind of like some people I know feel that because they aren't a local coach that they don't feel like they belong as much. But the thing is you can go to any Super Saturday in your area. The Super Saturdays are just like a mini summit. So it's no different than going to Nashville. It's just a smaller venue, and you hear the same information that I'm going to hear from a Super Saturday. And you're just with other like-minded coaches. It's really fun, and it's actually really great to meet other teams and other coaches from all over. And you might be surprised. There might be people that are on a team that you didn't even know, and you're friends with them. You didn't know they were a coach. There is one in Madison, and you can actually go on the Coach Online office and search the Super Saturdays so you can find out where they're going to be held around you and one close to you. I know some coaches on my team have driven hours to go to one because there wasn't one local, but that's a good eye-opener to start your own Super Saturday. And all it is, they send you, if you would like to host one at your house or a venue, you get a link and it sends you the video from Beachbody, and usually it's Carl, the CEO, and Jeff Hill and Michael Neiman just talking about new announcements, anything coming up that's exciting in the business. And they go over any like new top coaches. That's kind of informative at the beginning. Just they actually have everybody stand up like, oh, are you an Emerald coach? Are you Ruby? Are you Diamond? Are you 1-star, 2-star? And then it just keeps going. And then sometimes they have a transformation story. They sometimes have coach success stories. I know the one that's being held in Madison, Wisconsin is they have, I can't think of what her name is right now, but she's an elite coach, and she's going to come and speak. And the one that's in January in Madison is supposed to be really good. They're having like Tina Gray and a few other coaches come speak, and they're all top coaches. So it would be really awesome to hear them. I know Carl is going to be at the one in Phoenix in the next couple of weeks. So if anybody can make it to that one, I don't know if anyone can make one to that. But if you look up, like I said, in the Coach Online office, you will see when there's one local. And sometimes, you never know. You might be called on to tell your story. We had some really, incredible stories we heard at the last one I went to in Madison. And it's just, they're really touching. And to hear like I think the one guy, he was like a drug addict, and he met somebody through a gaming thing, and he was a coach, and he helped him lose weight and get off drugs. And like, it was just like this crazy story. And you did not expect that when this guy walked up front to hear that kind of a story. And he, got emotional, and it was awesome to see there was a transformation just in his life. He didn't have a whole lot of weight to lose, but he gained confidence and he gained his life back. So it was huge for him. He said, like, he talked about how he was always bankrupt, and he had so many overdrafts at the bank. He couldn't even keep up with all of his overdrafts and all this stuff. And now he's helping people, and he's actually able to pay his bills now. So, I mean, it's those kind of stories that are just awesome to see. I wanted to ask too, before we get off here, if anyone has any questions or anything they want to ask, please just either type it in the chat or unmute and let me know. I want to make sure I leave some question answering at the end for you guys too. Anyone? Don't all unmute at once.
Oh, quick question, Jen. Do you have to notify them ahead of time if you're going to go to like a Super Saturday? Do you need to just get a hold of them and let them know you're coming, or?
Okay, so the one in Madison, I think they created an event. So when you go into the Coach Online office, it'll show you the local ones, and you can click on them. And if, like, let's say they sometimes have if it's someplace they have to rent the room, they might have a little fee for you to get in. And then some have like limited seating, all that stuff. So I know the Madison one, I can get a hold of Jessica and find out what her event thing is. That she set up like an eBright, I think it's what it's called, event. And I'm pretty sure it might be a $10, I think it's a $10 charge to get in. But the venue that they have it at it's gorgeous. And so they had to rent the spot. So, but yeah, otherwise, I think that's all they are. They usually have some sort of a link set up so that you can register to go. And then once you're registered, and some you can just register right at the door, but there'll obviously be a little fee at most of them.
Okay, that's what I was that answers my question then. Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
I'm not sure. I'm going to try to double check on the date, and I might try to go to the Madison one as well, because I kind of want to see the speaker, so I like going to them. So as long as it fits into my schedule, I should be able to go. Did anyone else have any questions? Nobody? I love whenever he just looks at us. I should just start calling on people. You got a question. You got a question. Nobody? All right. Well, then. Oh, there she is.
Wait till the last minute.
Yeah, I was just going to click end meeting. Just kidding.
Well, I know we talked about it, like doing a guest speaker every week.
Mm-hmm.
So while everybody's on the call, like, are we thinking of doing that?
I think so. I think that's what I would like to do is eventually have, not maybe for the whole call, but, just maybe have them share their story or their why, or just so we can hear different.
Well, if they hit Success Club already, like, how do they hit it?
Yeah. Like share what they're doing. Totally. Yep. I think.
Morning, people, you're going to be called.
And don't be afraid, because honestly, it's just us, and nobody cares. I mean, nobody's perfect at speaking. Nobody's great at talking at first until you get going, and then you feel really comfortable, or you go back to the playback and you're like, hey, I didn't do so bad, so, or even talk about what your struggles are. Like, what do you struggle with? Maybe that could be one of our topics, like who's struggling with what things, maybe somebody can give advice on what they do that can help them overcome those roadblocks that they're having too. So I think that's great. I'm not sure exactly how we should organize it. I guess Amber too, you and I are gonna chit chat.
Well, I know I was thinking like, the leaders on the team or whatever, like, when we do the spotlight coach, so like whoever was just spotlighted, I don't remember who it was. I think it was Dora's coach.
Yeah, Lisa. Yeah.
So like we'd ask Lisa, hey, this week you're spotlighted. Do you think you have anything you'd like to share with the team? Are you struggling? Did you hit Success Club? Maybe she was a success starter. Like, how did she do it? But use that coach as the coach for the week coming team call. If you guys, I don't know, I'm putting that out there. I'm not trying to over you, Jen, but it's an idea.
No. Trust me, I would love that.
And by all means, like, we can start with like, well, Dora, you did something on the call like a couple of weeks ago.
Yep, the Shakeology thing.
So essentially something like that. Maybe my coach Erica or Melissa, who are on the call, they're really good at something. So what are you really good at? What are you struggling with? And what are you doing? Like, have 3 topics. They talk about them for like 2 to 3 minutes each. That's like 10 minutes max. And then you do your thing, Jen.
Yeah, I mean, and we could even start out with, like you said, the leaders. I mean, Dora's already done something. We can have you or Diana this next Tuesday, and just you guys are my longest standing coaches, I think. So it would be nice to kind of for you guys to share what you guys have done to get to where you're at. You know, you and Diana are diamond, and she's knocking on diamond's door there. So
Maybe
you know,
I can discuss the rise and the fall. When you become a diamond and you go on this natural high, and then life breaks your knees, kicks you in the knees, and you struggle, maybe you lose a little bit of success and like building back up.
yeah.
That can happen with emerald, ruby, diamond, 4-star. Maybe I'll talk about something like that. We'll see.
Yeah, and I would like that. And I know like Diana's got really strong skills in all the challenge groups that she runs, and she's got a process. So that would be a good one too, is, you know, her inviting and everything that she does. So yeah, I think that's great. I think we can talk and
I just wanted to talk in front of the team. So they were like, maybe you guys don't want to say anything, but like you all matter. So like your little like ideas, or when you go to Summit, you'll find out they're called nuggets. That's all that we call them as Beachbody coaches. Your nuggets matter. And so like you guys might have stuff that we never thought of, but as coaches for a year or 2 or 3 or 4, like Jen, we can be like, oh my God, you know, we can help you form those ideas. So I just wanted to bring it up / ask the question.
no, I think it's a great idea.
Yeah.
Yep, I think it's a great idea. So we can start with that next week, and you and Diana can fight over who's going to do it.
I'm ready. I'm ready to wake up. I'm ready to come out of my hole.
I say a big fat amen to that one.
Ciao, team. Drill sergeant's back.
All right, so we will start with that next week. I was writing down names of who was on the call here. Hold on, let me make sure I didn't miss anybody.
Oh, and before you take pictures, can you like tell people, hey, I'm just
no, that is no fun. No,
so I can picking my nose or wake up.
I think I got Diana and she was like chewing on her cheeks or something. That was funny.
I just swear I always have I have the weirdest resting face. It's not attractive.
Smiley.
What's a resting bee face?
Or needs to be able to fix her bangs because I'm not there. Oh, resting bitch face.
Yeah. Erica said
Yeah.
that she has her camera off. Okay, I want to make sure I have everybody here. There is a caller, 608-438. Do you know who that is? 608, so I know it's. Can the caller unmute and tell me who you are? Anybody?
608.
I'm trying to see if I.
Is that Wisconsin?
Yeah, Wisconsin.
So they're in your parts.
Yeah. And I don't. It's Cassandra. Cassandra. She likes when I sing her name. I sang to her the other day too. Okay, so I think I have everyone on here. Yep, I think so. Okay. Yeah, no, I don't tell anybody when I take pictures of the group because that's what makes it so much fun. But you ever notice I'm like, just kidding. No, I think the one time I took a picture of Amber and I talking, and I looked like I was having a really good time.
No, you were prepared. I looked like a fool, and I had like my forehead in the screen. It was not attractive.
Oh, it was funny. I had a good time. I thought it was hilarious.
It was me and you. You could have been like, "Hey, I'm gonna take a picture. Ready? Do something cute."
No, because like
Never.
I could have done it when you took your hair out of your ponytail and it was like this big everywhere. I should have done it then.
Oh, I was discussing my hair plans. Yeah, that would have been awesome.
All right. Well, I am going to end the call, and so next week we'll have probably Amber, since she's rooting and rearing to go. So we will have her have an outline. If you guys have questions, make sure you bring them, because there's nothing like asking if there's any questions and then it's crickets. So make sure you just bring your questions. Don't be afraid to ask her questions, and you're not going to know how she does her process unless you ask. So, okay. So I'm going to end the call, and you guys have a good night. Thank you.